that's good from Williamson.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Pelicans on top, leading by just 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you think, guys?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Okay, on the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Trey Murphy out there with Javonte Green. Then there's Zion Williamson. Then there's Jose Alvarado. And it's Jones in at the 2 spot.
At 270, it's hard to knock Zion out of his rhythm.
Outside, Brown. Back to Barrett. Over Jones. Barrett can't hit. Defended by Brown. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Ooh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
A line change here for Toronto. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Defense.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. And in that period, the most they trailed by was 3. Well, for the Pelicans, Kenny, give us your tip.
I have to applaud their offensive physique.
And that'll do it for our half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. You look at Zion Williamson. What a contribution.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Dick is out there with Emmanuel Quickly. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Then there's Jakob Poeltl, and it's Barnes in at the power forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Poeltl when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Grant, with the Pelicans, so many of the past few years have started with such high hopes.
Yeah, B.A. And at the end of every season, it feels like there's a big what-if hanging over New Orleans. They haven't been able to catch many breaks in recent years.
And he makes a first. And Doris, since winning the title in 2019, the Toronto Raptors have been a little inconsistent as of late.
They certainly have, B.A. They've been in and out of the playoffs since then. Certainly, you look at some of the pieces they have, nice pieces, but you've got to have more if you want to compete.
Both free throws good from Barnes.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Murray passes to Williamson. Barnes with the rebound. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Trailing by 4. Here's quickly. An easy 2 on the layup.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And the Pelicans with possession here. Here's McCollum. Ingram on the wing. Over Barrett. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Coaches talk about ending quarters. Well, you cannot do it better than that.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pelicans ahead, leading by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so here is Toronto. 4-point game. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Trey Murphy. Daniel Tice is out there with Javonte Green. Then it's Herb Jones. And it's Hawkins in at the point.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Dick, he's checked in for Toronto.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for your Raptors. Dick.
Here's Hawkins. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Dick. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for New Orleans. Trey Murphy. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And the Raptors making a change here. Abaji's checked in. Alvarado's checked in for New Orleans. And he ends up making the second. And that puts him up 5. And Toronto calls time here. They trail by 5. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
All right, fans, time to fire off some t-shirts. We want one.
Chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us, We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. With the 10-footer, it falls! What a beautiful shot! Brings them within 3!
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
It seems to me a lack of effort and a lack of communication, and it's happening to both sides here late in the game.
Timeout called. The Pelicans, they're in front by 3. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Zion Williamson.
He scored over 50% of his team points. So, yeah, it's obvious that he's the pick. The defense has tried to slow him down, but nothing has worked. He has just owned them tonight. This type of dominant performance is going to be talked about for a long time.
At the line for the Pelicans, DeJounte Murray, taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
Yeah, and it's on Murray now. I mean, if you handle the ball a lot, you have to hit your free throws down the stretch.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, 2-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
And Toronto calls time here. They're losing by 5. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth. All right, guys, what's your take?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Dick. Back to Olynyk. Beyond the arc. Toronto the rebound. Here's the 3. Can't hit that one. And so it's New Orleans winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment, but they stood tall and got the win.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Zion, this is a team with some outstanding young players with complementary skills. How do you see yourself fitting in?
I think I fit in very well.
Allie, thank you as always.